Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for March 16th through 31st, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys are doing great out there. I really appreciate all of your great comments, all my new subscribers, and anybody who has donated to the channel in any way. Thank you so much. I always do invite you to reach out, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet done so, and join the Dragon family. Also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let us know that you enjoy this content here. Before we get started, as always, a couple of quick notes that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Sagittarius out there, so if it does resonate with you, those are your messages. If it does not resonate with you, kick that on out to another Sagittarius, or revisit this reading in about a week or so. It might make more sense then. Sometimes I find that with my favorite readers, if something doesn't particularly resonate, circle back around to it, listen to it again, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's starting to make sense now. So this will mostly correspond with Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Sagittarius cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you are interested in a personal reading with me, making a donation to the channel, or checking out the links to the different card decks that I use in all of my readings, I always post all those links and info down below in the description box. So let's get started, guys. Oh my goodness, we are going from the end of the astrological year, finishing up the cycle in Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac. So we're just a few more days left of the sun in Pisces, and then we are moving to the sun in Aries, which begins the spring equinox on March 19th. Very positive time ahead for you astrologically here with that, Sagittarius, because Aries is a fellow fire sign. It is going to light up the 5th house of Leo in your universal astrological chart, which really brings your energy up, makes you feel more optimistic, gives you a greater sense of creativity, generosity. You're very emotional, very emotionally generous, much more willing to express your feelings and your heart to other people. And that's really important right now because, people are very stressed out. It's, a thing that's happening, in the world, absolutely. A lot of different travel restrictions and things like that, which I know Sagittarius never likes because you are a famously traveling sign. But if you're not able to travel physically, Sagittarius, I do encourage you to travel in your mind. As always, you are the internal student of the zodiac, so it's a wonderful time to take an online course, study something you've been wanting to for a while, read that book you've been meaning to read, right? It's like that's what you can really pull into if you're not able to physically travel at this time. So, the time of Pisces can be really difficult for Sagittarius, and that's the month we just went through, because it is a square to your sign. It's a little bit more difficult because Sagittarius, you're shooting those arrows, you're a straight shooter, and Pisces, it's a little misty, it's a little confusing in there, and with that Mercury retrograde that we had, yeah, a lot confusing. So give yourself a little bit of patience, however, because Mercury, our planet that rules communication and, thought processes, is still in the sign of Pisces until the end of March. That is definitely still with us, so don't be surprised if communications are still a little bit cloudy, confusing, a little bit hard to decipher. That will definitely clear up as we move into the month of April. But overall, things are definitely looking up when it comes to, all that fire energy. And we do have the new moon in Aries as well, coming up on the 24th, which starts a really nice new cycle of growth and productive change. So let's go ahead and jump into your cards. I'm going to see what comes up as a few first major themes for you, and then I'm also going to do a full tarot spread to see what deeper messages come up. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with us as we do the reading for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising sign in Sagittarius. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Wheel of Fortune. So Sagittarius, lots of good energy moving your way. The Wheel of Fortune is definitely a card of things moving forward in your favor. You know, the wheel finally starting to turn if it's been feeling, you know, life has been feeling stuck or stagnant for a while. And I would say with the movement of Pisces to Aries, it definitely will feel like a welcome change. Because for you, being in the time of Pisces feels very sleepy. It feels, you know, hard to get things done. Clarity is a little harder to come by. So definitely a good process move for you. I'm going to pull now a chakra crystal card. We're going to see which chakra or gemstone is best for you to work with during this part of March. I like that. Okay, so the green aventurine. I actually have one of those sitting right here on my desk. So there it is. This is a beautiful heart chakra stone. It is a beautiful kind of green, almost looks like jade a little bit. And it is a stone of new opportunities, new beginnings, new growth. So a very nice time, especially if you're really working on healing from a past relationship, you know, recovering from that, you know, really healing that heart chakra and opening up, you know, to a new relationship. That's a beautiful stone to use. I would also recommend, obviously, like things like, you know, the rose quartz, the rhodochrosite here, you know, that's a really great heart chakra stone as well. So let's pull a guardian angel card. Everyone's feeling on edge, so I've been pulling a guardian angel for all the signs, because right now it's like it's time for us to definitely reach out to our divine guidance, our passed on loved ones, our angels, whoever's with us, you know, helping us through this earth plane. So let's see who comes up for you. Oh, and look at that, the angel of encouragement. And I like that this is like her running a race, right? You know, because Sagittarius, you do love movement. You do love that, you know, rush of energy. So, you know, this is really saying, you know, they're there for you to help lift your spirits, to help, you know, push you over that finish line. Especially if you've just been feeling like, oh, I can't go any longer. I am so tired. I feel like things are just so rough right now. It's like, you know, tune into your angels, tune into your guardians. Even if it's not something that you usually do, I always say it's like there's no wrong way to reach out. There's no wrong way to say, hey guys, you know, I'm really struggling. I need your help, need your encouragement. You know, and just trust that they'll be there. So I'm going to move Mr. Dragon over here, and I'm going to go into your tarot. I'm going to be using the Tarot Grand Luxe for the main spread, and I'll be clarifying with the Rider-Waite when necessary. So let's check out for our Sagittarius spirit. What do we have for them for March 16th through 31st, 2020? Ooh, Sagittarius, you have come through some stuff here real recently. Okay, so at the center we do have the Four of Cups. So this could be you kind of with your head in the clouds, hoping, wishing for this, you know, unattainable element of your life that hasn't quite come into focus or into being yet. Definitely make sure that you're not going into a place of taking anything that you currently have for granted, because sometimes that can be part of this card where it's like you're so focused on the thing that you don't have that you miss, you know, being grateful and, you know, enjoying the things that you already do. Likewise, Sagittarius, if you feel like somebody in your life or some element of your life, like a job, is not appreciating you and not, you know, and kind of taking you for granted, definitely something to be aware of as well. So let's pull a clarifier for that Four of Cups. Yes, and we do have the Two of Wands. So for some of you, this is really, kind of a contemplation. Take it as it resonates, because this is a general reading yet again. But, for some of you, it's really about, not being very content with where you are right now and kind of saying, well, what's the next step? What's the next place I can go? Contemplating your next move or your next plan. The reason I say some of y'all have really gone through some stuff, we have that Tower card right in the immediate past position. So this is really saying that you've definitely gone through a Tower moment of some kind in the recent past, even if it's been a little while. It's definitely something that's still reverberating. And to me, this is often a feeling that, something came crashing down, something you didn't really have a say in changing. This is very much divinely guided. That Tower always comes through when something needs to be eliminated, something needs to be changed, and even if it's really chaotic, painful, confusing, etc., at the time, it's like a lot of the time it's like it's really meant for our own good, even if it's very difficult while it's happening. Yes, and it puts you very much on the defensive. This is some stuff that's, you've really been feeling like you have to watch out from all sides. Make sure you pick your battles wisely, though, coming out of that Sagittarius, because that Seven of Wands can often be like, he's up here fighting, and you see all these sticks and you think that he's fighting against a bunch of people, but you don't actually see the people. So it could just be that, he's just feeling really defensive, like I've really got to stand my ground and not let anybody take advantage of me. But there is that energy, and you're working through that. Something, not for all of you, obviously, but I definitely feel somebody wasn't doing you right. Somebody just wasn't appreciating you the way that they should, and it's like things just fell apart. Things came crashing down, and it's put you in a defensive stance, and now you're kind of sitting there going, well, what's my next move? I don't want to be treated like that again. I don't want to be unappreciated again. So moving into the immediate future is a very beautiful card, is the Star. The Star always comes up when we have been through the fire, guys, when we have been through a lot of challenge, a lot of turmoil. This really is like, finally reaching that peace, that stability, the purity of spirit. This is strong Aquarius energy. That could mean something to you or not. But let's pull a clarifier on top of that. That's a really beautiful card to have coming up into your future position there. And lots of choices, Sagittarius, so don't let that get to you, because there is that Seven of Cups. Like I said, this immediate future, we do still have Mercury in Pisces, which could be a little confusing, and that Seven of Cups is definitely very Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. But the beautiful thing is you do have options. You do have a lot of things coming towards you. Lots of different doors that you could take, lots of different choices. So use your balance. Use your newfound stability, right? Because this is what's going to help you make these decisions. And always remind yourself that with Seven of Cups, you don't have to choose any of them. If you don't like the options, you don't have to take them. You can say, I'll pass for now. But I do recommend making sure that before you make any major decisions, really pay attention to what's in those cups. Some of those cups, it's like, some of them have like the diamonds and the gemstones, and then some of them have like a snake or poison. So it's like you got to really look at those options, because some of them are great and some of them are kind of not so great, or maybe they look better than they seem. So yeah. So on the undercurrent, what you're really focused on, not really a surprise. This is very beautiful. That King of Wands coming through. This is a very strong Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. And this is all about you recreating your world, recreating yourself. So yeah, you are very much, you're feeling pretty strong actually, even if you're not completely aware of this, because this is what's going on in the subconscious. But that is definitely you being in that energy of recreation. And there it is. So a lot of you are definitely in that internal building. The Three of Pentacles, which is all about, you know, structure. It's the architect coming through with a blueprint for a new structure, a new spiritual foundation. So yeah, I think this is very positive for you, Sag. You're standing up for yourself and you're definitely rebuilding from the inside out. On the top, crowning the spread, is the Page of Pentacles. So this is new information, new beginnings, especially when it comes to business or finance, you know, making some investments, putting in some effort, also, you know, being open to receiving offers or calls for, you know, job offers. Somebody may be coming in and saying, hey, I would like to offer you something. I'd like to work with you. But definitely you have a feeling, and Spirit is telling you this is a time to start to, you know, invest in yourself. Invest in who you are, because you are valuable and you are worth it. And there, look at this. Oh, Sagittarius. So both above and below, we have that King of Wands. Very strong leadership energy. Very much that radiant creator of the world. If you have not been, you know, treated right, or you have not been feeling like you've gotten your due, it's time for you to step into your power. Doesn't matter whether you identify male or female energy, the King of Wands is for you either way. Very, very powerful. This is standing in your power, being independent, being a creator, being somebody that creates their own destiny. So, whoo, nice, nice, nice. Let's pull some advice for you here. Nice. We got some big majors on the cards here. Okay, so we've got suggested approach, Sagittarius. This card is interesting to me because the Hermit is technically, you know, aligned with Virgo in the tarot, but the Hermit always feels a little bit Sagittarian to me because he is, you know, the searcher, the seeker, the pioneer. You know, Sagittarius is a sign that many times does embody the archetype of the spiritual seeker, guru, hermit, shaman, you know, whoever is, you know, seeking that ultimate truth, whoever is really following their own star, and many times has periods of isolation or being, you know, kind of that solitary spiritual seeker. So yeah, to me, it's like this is Virgo, but it's also you so much in this imagery. So suggested approach is definitely about you taking some time for yourself, following your own inner guidance, following your wisdom, following that shining star. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a strong time of healing too. And look at that Queen of Swords. She's all about that transformation energy too. She's got that crown on her head with the butterflies there. Yes, she does. So it is very much about transforming your mind, making clear, logical decisions from a feminine, intuitive place, which is what she does. Then we go into what you need to know right now. That is the Strength card. So Sagittarius, yet again, very much a time of balancing, you know, your spirit with your earthly journey, with your earthly path. Very strong Leo energy. So lots of fire coming out. You know, again, that King of Wands is very warm fire. You know, this time of Aries, I think, will be very positive. Another time that could be very strong for you this year is when we get into the time of the Sun being in Leo. So let's clarify the Strength card. And look at that. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Woo! So not only, you know, are you settling into making intuitive choices from a clear place, there it is. You know, he's the master tactician. He really knows how to make the plans, knows how to set things up, uses that intellect, uses that mind, very clear cut, isn't putting up with any funny business, that's for sure. If anybody's been messing with you, Sagittarius, stand strong in your leadership. You've got 3 kings already in this spread, so very, very powerful. Here you go, hopes and fears. Here is that Four of Pentacles, guys. So you have been feeling kind of taken advantage of. For some of my Sagittarians, you're like, you ain't getting any more of me. So this is definitely saying, you know, you're playing things a little close to the heart. You're not letting people have everything. Absolutely not. You know, that Four of Coins is somebody who's a little careful with their money. You don't want it to turn into a miserly or too, you know, like, you know, overly anxious about that kind of energy, but you do want to be careful. It's fine, you know, because right now you are in a place where you're kind of like, I really don't want that to happen again. I hope that it doesn't. So I better play it careful to make sure that I'm all right, you know. So use common sense, you know, be cautious, but don't be anxious. That's what I would say about that. Oop. 3 came out. My goodness. I'm just going to take them all because that was just like, they flew right out. So on top of that, 4 of Coins. Yeah, some of you have walked away from some serious tough times. Could even be for some of you, could have been, you know, addictions, whether it was actual substance or addiction to a relationship that was toxic, all kinds of things, because that devil can definitely pull us in. You know, and even into excessive worry or anxiety, but it's a tough one to step out of. But then that King of Pentacles comes up, which is very strong, and you really had to fight. You really had to fight to get out of that. Look at that. You know, with that 5 of Wands, you definitely had to tussle. No wonder a lot of you are being careful with your heart. You know, because your stability, your independence right now was not easy to come by. You had to do some doing for it. Wow. For those of my Sagittarians that do resonate with this reading, you know, I give you my respect for being able to get through some of this stuff, because I know it has not been easy. So let's pull a last card. Here is your outcome card, which is the 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords. Interesting enough, Scorpio also had this outcome card in the same position, which to me is like, it's a need for recovery, a need for rejuvenation, a need to say, oh, I fought a hard battle. Now I need to lay down. I need to get some extra sleep. I need to, you know, check out for a while, turn the phone off, turn the computer off, and just really retreat and relax. Nothing wrong with doing that. So let's pull a clarifier for him. And there it is. There's the balance, because Sagittarius, you have been fighting so hard, working so hard. That's why you need to do this. That's why you need time to have recovery, rebirth, rejuvenation, take good care of yourself, because, you know, this is the balance. That's the balance. Sometimes when you've had, you know, long periods of just work, you need a period of rest, right? To come back and counterbalance that. So let's pull a card from the spirit animal deck. We're going to check out which spirit animal is strongest and closest to you right now. Ooh, I like this. So the fox came out for you, and this is the spirit of cleverness, intellect, agility, all associated with the fox. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you, and be open to romance, because yes, foxes are very snuggly with each other. But I would also say this definitely makes me think of that King and Queen of Swords, because they are also, you know, very cunning, very, you know, clever and intellectual in their mind. They know how to, you know, be agile and use their mind, you know, to lay the foundations and get what they want. So not a bad reading, Sagittarius. I like it. So we will see you guys very soon. I hope you have an amazing rest of your March. Take care.